morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff Adams. As Associate Principal of Tomah High School, I welcome you to the graduating ceremony of 2019. We ask that you please do not use any air devices, such as air horns, cowbells, even though we all need a little more cowbell, during the ceremony to ensure that we all enjoy the experience and not distract from anything that takes place. I guarantee you the speakers that we have today will keep you on the edge of your seat. To preserve our professional decorum, I ask that, and safety, I ask that only the professional photographers will be allowed near this stage. All families will receive proofs through the email and regular mail following our ceremony. I'd also ask that everyone in the bleachers please keep the aisles clear. In the event of a safety situation, we will be informing you of our safety protocols. At this time, I invite everyone to rise for the playing of our national anthem by our band under the direction of Mr. Charlie O'Brien. And gentlemen, if you could please remove your caps. Graduates, you can keep your caps on. Thank you, Band and Mr. O'Brien. Please be seated. It seems appropriate at this time to introduce our seniors who will be entering or have already entered military service to our country. Graduates, please stand when your name is called or remain standing upon the introduction of all members. Dylan Burkwalt, Army National Guard. Brock Christensen, Navy. Brady Dahl, Marine Corps. Colin Fisher, Army. Devin Gebhardt, Marine Corps. Roy Henry, Navy. Ethan Jewell, Army National Guard. Noah Gillick, Navy. Austin Casper, Army. Caden LeBeau, Army. Thane Ludeking, Marine Corps. Lily McMullen, Navy. Sabrina Prindeval, Navy. Gregorio Simpson, Army. And Ryan Stanek, Navy. Thank you for your service. You may please be seated. Good morning. My name is Robert George, Principal of Tomah High School. I want to take this time to thank our school board members, John McMullen, Jerry Fusianos, our superintendent, Mrs. Cindy Zardi, and our Director of Pupil Services, Dr. Paul Stefanik, for joining us in this graduation ceremony. I also want to thank our featured speakers, next featured speaker is one of our Salutatorian, Ms. Cassandra Carlson.
It was a short 12 years ago that I experienced my first graduation ceremony. For those of you who don't want to do the math, I was just finishing up kindergarten, and I had the privilege of attending the prestigious 8th grade graduation at St. Paul's. While most details from that night escape me, I vividly remember the point in the ceremony when the principal called up the top 2 students in the class to be recognized. I don't know what came over me, but I remember saying to myself, someday I want to be one of those people. Fast forward 12 years, and I find myself addressing you all as a salutatorian of the class of 2019, and I can finally say that today is my someday. I don't tell that story to try and toot my own horn, but rather to show you just how much a simple phrase can shape our lives. Someday I want to. Someday I'm going to. When I grow up someday. When we were little, we were so full of hope and possibilities that phrases like these flowed out of us so easily as we dreamed of our futures. Yet while it's so easy to pass off these childhood wishes as naive and impractical, they have filled our lives with so many incredible somedays of our own that we often don't take the time to appreciate. Remember when you were 7 and thinking about driving your own car was the coolest thing you could imagine? Do you remember saying, someday I'm going to get my license, and then I'm going to drive my brand new Ferrari everywhere? And then, do you remember sophomore year when you reached that someday and you felt the familiar feeling of having the world at your fingertips, even if you would have to take it on in a 2002 Honda Civic? Remember when you were 10 and every 18-year-old you met was grown up and probably halfway to retirement already? Do you remember thinking, someday I'm going to turn 18, and then my parents won't be able to boss me around anymore? And then, do you remember this year when you finally reached that someday and you did somehow feel more mature, even if you still had an 11 o'clock curfew? Perhaps you can remember better all of the long nights finishing a project, or all of the frustrating classes that you struggled in, where you said, someday I'm going to finally graduate, and then all of this pain will be a thing of the past. If it hasn't sunk in yet, I'm here to tell you that today is our someday. However, I'm also here to tell you that just like your other somedays, this isn't exactly what you thought it would be. The reality is that the end of our high school career is only the beginning of the rest of our lives. And while I know that we are all so excited about this moment in our lives, I am willing to bet that for many of us, including myself, this transition will be equally full of fear and uncertainty. What if I don't know what I want to do with my life? What if what I want to do with my life isn't what I actually should do? What if I do the wrong thing and have to start over? What if dreaming about somedays is something for kids who are too young to know what the real world is like? I'm here to tell you that that's the beautiful thing about somedays. They don't just belong to kids. They belong to those who look at the possibilities instead of the obstacles. They belong to those who don't know where they're going or how they're going to get there, but who nevertheless keep moving. They belong to those who know that they don't have to have all the answers and that it's okay to be wrong. They belong to those who are willing to work their butts off for what they believe in. They belong to anyone who has the courage to say to themselves, this goal that I want is huge and scary, and I have no idea how I'm going to accomplish it, but someday I'll get there. Looking out at all of you today, I see the familiar faces that have walked these halls with me for 4 years. And while I may never see some of you again, the time that I got to spend with you all leads me to say with confidence that this someday will not be our last. So my hope for the class of 2019 is that we take the time today to revel in the accomplishment and pride of this someday that is our graduation. But my hope is that we go on to dream of new, fantastic, crazy somedays, and that we have the grit and determination to chase them. My hope for the class of 2019 is that we all go on to live lives full of somedays. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassandra. I would now like to invite our National Honor Society advisor, Mr. Micah Juliet, to the podium to introduce and recognize our high honor students. Mr. Juliet. honors students earn a cumulative GPA of 3.9 or better. These students earn the highest academic levels throughout their career at Tomah High School. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing upon the introduction of all members. Lauren Buss, Cassandra Carlson, Allison Amberg, Madison Lindauer, Rodrigo Baltazar, Ryan Bernhard, Alexia Boss, Haley Bradley, Tatiana Briggs, Rita Conway, Hannah Drinkman, Hunter Urschley, Zoe Fitzpatrick, Malia Fowler, Emma Franks, Lucy Gordon, Cody Huff, Ethan Jewell, James Kelly, Clara Krause, Riley Krauts, Courtney Lambert, Evan Lord, Brielle Lewick, Lily McMullen, Iris Modica, Sydney Moore, Margaret Olson, Michaela Olson, Ruth Schwichtenberg, Wyatt Spahn, Nolan Stees, Rhett Wilson. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Driller. At this time, the senior choir will sing under the direction of Miss Chloe Gorman. Choir members in the graduating class, please make your way forward at this time to perform.
Change what the future may hold, but I want you in it every hour, every minute. This world carries by far too fast, hard to see while it's all flying past, but it's clear now. When you're standing here now, I'm meant to be wherever you are next to me. As you come running home to you, come running home to you. If I promise to keep running home to you, keep running home to you. And I could see it right from the start, that you would be my light in the dark, light in the dark. Oh, choice but to love you. All I do is come running home to you, come running home to you. If I promise to keep running home to you, keep running home. change what the future may hold. But I want you in it every hour, every minute.
Thank you, choir and Ms. Gorman, for your performance. I am proud to introduce our next guest speaker, the senior class president, Aaron Springman.
My fellow graduates, it is an honor to be speaking here today. Our class has been through a lot together. Most of us went to middle school, and some of us even go as far back as elementary schools. Our class is one of the biggest and most diverse the school has ever seen. This diversity will drive us all down a different and unique paths in the future. And I would like to take a moment to reflect on high school, the point where our common path diverges. This was an event-packed year for us seniors. Starting early in the year, we had our last homecoming, and where our senior girls made an epic comeback against the juniors with a last-second touchdown to win the Powder Puff game. Moving on into winter, our very own Blake Mosley got a gold medal in state powerlifting. And in the same season, our dance team made it to state for the 4th year in a row. Moving on into spring, we got the chance to watch our classmate, Connor Prelip, play baseball at Tomah last year before he goes to play for the Crimson Tide at Alabama. And this is just a small number of all the things that can provide, that give our class pride. However, from here our paths go in different directions. Some of us, myself included, will move on to college. Some of us will go right into the workforce, and some of us will move into the military. Whatever your plans are, I believe I know 2 pieces of advice that can help you. 1, try new things. It forces you to grow and keeps you from being bored. 2, learn from your mistakes. Hopefully that can keep you from repeating the same mistakes. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, these 2 things can help you. And on that note, I think I can speak on behalf of all our big and diverse class when I say, peace out, high school.
Thank you, Aaron. Now I would like to draw your attention to our band under the direction of Mr. Charlie O'Brien. Band members in the graduating class who are performing may make your way back at this time. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien, and also thank you to Leah Renaud for directing. Got a lot of band members this year for seniors. Graduates, today is a culmination of high school and an exciting time to step out and take on new challenges. Many of you have a plan for your next steps, while some may still be wondering, what now? Whatever position you're in, I want to offer some encouraging words as you move forward from the halls of Tomah High School. I hope to embolden you to live with purpose. I believe there are 5 things to consider as you seek to live with purpose. Number 1, never stop growing. If we stop growing, then we're settling for less than what we've been created to achieve. Take on challenging situations and recognize them as learning opportunities. Work hard to grow in wisdom and good living. I love asking students what they want to be when they grow up, because I'm still looking for new ideas. Number 2, be willing to work hard and to be dependable. Be there when people need you. Remember that you are not owed anything. You must work hard to achieve great things. Oscar Wilde once said, "If a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing well. If it is worth having, it is worth waiting for. If it is worth attaining, it is worth fighting for." Doing things well, waiting, fighting, the markers of trust and dependability. Being dependable or reliable will allow you to build trust with people, which will lead to healthy relationships, both personally and professionally. Number 3, take time to recognize and thank those around you. There are a number of people who have invested in your life. Thank them by paying it forward, taking their investment in you and using it fruitfully so you can benefit others. Even in your busyness, as you set out, you must be intentional to nurture key relationships that fortify your purpose and passion. Healthy growth involves engaging in life with others. Number 4, be determined to overcome adversity, to build fortitude for handling a diverse range of problems. I opened a fortune cookie a few days ago and received the following note, which prominently still is displayed on my refrigerator door, that says, "Failure is feedback, and feedback is the breakfast of champions." So, know this, storms will come. You will face challenges. Look at those challenges as learning opportunities. Don't run from challenges, even if at first you fail. Fight for a good outcome. Lean into wisdom that comes from people who have more life experiences than you. Become a wise person by listening to good counsel and rising above challenging situations with grace and kindness. Number 5, finally, I challenge you to make a difference in this world. Ralph Waldo Emerson stated, "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and have lived well." So again, take the gifts and efforts that others have invested in you and make these investments grow to sustain future generations. Be honorable, be compassionate, make a difference in this world. Do not let your gifts and talents go to waste or be used only for selfish gain. Whatever it is you decide to do in the coming years, let your purpose be saturated in serving others, employing your gifts and talents and paying forward the gifts and efforts others have invested in you to make a difference. thank you and congratulations on your accomplishments here at Tomah High School. Mrs. Zardi and the members of the Board of Education, based on the recommendation of our faculty and in recognition of the successful requirements, I present to you the Tomah High School class of 2019.
Your valedictorian, Lauren Buss, mentioned that words have power. So class of 2019, are you ready for some pretty powerful words? On behalf of the Board of Education, I accept the graduating class of 2019. I will now invite each graduate to come onto the stage and receive their diploma. High honor students, please stand and make your way to the stage at this time. And I'd like to ask our audience members to please hold your applause until the last graduate has received their diploma. This allows every student's name to be heard. Thank you.
Just read names. Elizabeth Buss. Cassandra Ruthann Carlson. Aaron Roger Springman. Allison Rose Amberg. Logan Murphy Urshley. Madison Ray Lindauer. Rodrigo de Jesus Santana Baltasar III. Ryan Hunter Bernhardt. Alexia Allison Boss. Haley Marissa Bradley. Tatiana Kiera Briggs. Rita Marie Conway. Hannah Nicole Drinkman. Hunter Ray Urshley. Zoe Alexandra Fitzpatrick. Maria Irene Fowler. Emma Catherine Franks. Lucy May Gordon. Cody Alexander Huff. Ethan Humphrey Jewell. James Farid Kelly. Clara Dawn Krause. Riley Michael Kroltz. Courtney Elizabeth Lambert. Evan Joseph Lord. Brielle May Lewick. Lily McMullen. Iris Sue Modica. Sydney Joe Moore. Margaret May Olson. Michaela Marie Olson. Ruth Joan Schwichtenberg. Wyatt Joseph Edward Spahn. Nolan Austin Steves. Rhett Donald Wilson.
Dakota Harley Michael Abbott. Hannah Shay Adler. Leah Marie Alden. Tyler Sean Appleby. Cahill Arthur Allen Airdy. Jacob David Baggett. Elizabeth May Bailey. Michaela Carol Ann Baker. Kyler James Baldwin. Anderson Ray Becker. Shandi Isaiah Begay. Brianna Suzanne Berg. Christina Kai Yvette Blaschke. Dalton Michael Behovde. Hannah Elaine Behovde. Zachary John Bolden. Destiny Louise Babel Lark. Abigail Christine Bowman. Madison J. Bray. Angel Lewis Burkhalter. Skylar Isaac Theodore Burkhalter. Darren Scott Burkwalt. Cody David Wayne Butterfuss. Taylor Marie Kaysen. Harley Renee Carlson. Jake Vincent Carmichael. Miranda Celeste Carter. Bo Joseph Chambers. Chloe Elizabeth Chambers. Olivia Julianne Chambers. Allison Nicole Chase. Brock Michael Christensen. Ashley Marie Claycomb. Joshua Aaron Koshera. Mary Ray Colville. Brittany Elizabeth Cox. Carson Joseph Culpet. Natasha Marie Cummings. Brady Norman Dahl. Kendall Jacoby Daniels.
Kentrell Jacory Daniels. Alexa Haven Dare. Iona Josephine Davis. Jessie Elizabeth DiBenedetto. Kylie Marie Diltz. Jake Randall Duncan. Jared William Eckelberg. Jacob Paul Erickson. Maya Anissa Estebo. Ashley Marie Ewing. Nathaniel Isaac Figgins. Jacob Jonathan Finch. Taylor Nicole Finnegan. Colin Ring Fisher. Brady Scott Fisher. Benjamin Daniel Fleming. Kaylee Karen Fellamy. Madison Brianna Nicole Forsyth. Trinity May Franklin. Gregory Elvis Lee Funmaker Whitegold. Aiden Nelson Fucianis. Spencer Robert Gadbois. Marcella Lynn Garcia. Devin Charles Gebhardt. Mason Allen Gerke. Lillian Renee Gilpin. Dominic Bradley Miles Genevico. Raymond Eric Gomez. Brogan Michael Goen. Jacob Donald Hall. Jagger James Hammer. Devin Stephen Erasmus. Mariah May Harmson. Blake Allen Harp. Ryan James Hayward. Blake Nicholas Heading. Jaden Regine Hines. Jakarian Rochelle Henry. Roy Clayton Henry. Caden Michael Herricks. Charlie Edward Hernandez. Damian Michael Hernandez. Carter Daniel Hoig. Oh, Jasper Dale Hirsch, sorry. Carter Daniel Hoig. Joshua Christopher Holness. Mason Allen Huber. Jessica Lynn Januszewski. Talon Michael Jefferson. Noah Albert Jolick. Adam Wesley Jones. Ashley Nicole Jones. Jaden Zion Jones. Sammy Joe Rayleigh Jones. Carly Mae Jorgensen. Austin James Casper. Caitlin Sue Kaufman. Jesse John Kelly. Carter Thomas King. Connor Thomas King. Jarrett Henry Knepker. Elliot Lee Kokevich. Kalisha Rose Kolinsky. Josina Coleridge. Raven Casimir Koss. Joshua Edward Crone. Jody Marie Keeker. Caden Joseph Labuse. Samantha K. Laporte. Dawson Ray Lambert. Trey Terry Larkin. Hatana Destiny Larson. Casey Julia Ann Lasco. Maximilian Joseph Lass. Dylan D. Lawrence. Emma Diane Leake. Virginia May Lincoln. Catherine Rose Lynn. Emily May Lovelace. Thane Roger Ludicane. Laura Beth Rose Luchow. Charlotte Barbara Libke. Shaylin Ray Leiden. Trinity Joan Mackey. Carly Rose Martin. Wyatt Thomas Matthews. Jacob Logan Matt Miller. Sean Austin McCord. Zara Amelia McNally. Joseph Anthony Meyer Jr. Brett Blaine Meyer. Caitlin Renee Miller. Josie Marie Morrow. Blake Allen Mosley. Rachel Aaron Mosley. Triton Michael Mosley. Matthew Dylan Murphy. Hazel Heavenly Navarro. Santana May Neal. Lexi Jo Nevin. Rebecca Taylor Page. Shane Allen Santiago Parks. Evelyn Joyce Parrott. Ethan John Pedersen. Megan Colleen Perry. Logan Marie Perry Nichols. Cody Patrick Peters. Dylan Patrick Pierce. Kendall Marie Pollock. Connor Francis Prelip. Lexus Marie Prelip. Sabrina Carolyn Prendeville. Kate Elizabeth Purdy. Tristan Troy Clifford Quist. Ethan Mark Robbie. Aiden Britt Redmond. Aubrey Rose Redmond. Logan Raymond Joshua Rigo. Emily Marie Reef. Leah Faith Renaud. Ethan Matthew Resap. William James Raisin. Dylan John Richer. Brett Allen Richmond. Allison Nicole Rivera. Azalea Leanne Roberts. Shayla Rain Robinson. Jordan David Robert Roaring. Kaylee Marie Rowley. Alyssa Renee Schmidt. Ian Scott Sievertson. Noah Michael Sheldon. Isaac Nathaniel Shelton Meyer Jones. Nevaeh Star Silver Anderson. Gregorio Dominic Simpson. Andrew Tristan Small. Journey Carly Ann Smith. Lindsay Joe Smith. Caitlin Rose Sparks. Alexis Destiny Stainbrook. Ryan Scott Stanek. Jordan Catherine Steinhoff. Abigail Lee Stember. Lillian Gail Stewart. Amara Janae St. Germain. Hunter Ray Storkel. Nashiwan Wanatrai. Mark Joseph Tainter. Braden Alexander Taylor. Caitlin Marie Thomas. Matthew Michael Thompson. Corbin Michael Triggs. Emily May Trowbridge. Maria Susanna Valencia. Haley Elaine Vandervoort. Paul Joseph Vender. Jonathan Lee Von Arks. Savannah D. Utash. Abigail Claire Wagenson. Anton Michael Wakekiss. Adam Scott Wilcox. Micah Daniel Lee Winchell. Nolan Chase Young. Kyle James Zebro. Mer Zeems.
Please give a round of applause for our class of 2019. Graduates, take pride in how far you have come. Have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Please switch your tassels from right to left. Graduates, at this time, please retrieve the celebration packets from under your seats. That's new. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Tomah High School class of 2019.